Hello, everyone. Hello. All right. So, just to give you all a brief rundown of what's going to happen, we're going to first start with the candidate speeches. So, each candidate is going to come up and say their speech. We're going to sit back down. After each candidate has given their speech, we're going to make like a half circle moon shape. And then you guys can ask a question, and every single candidate will answer that question. So be thinking of questions to ask these candidates so it's not awkward silence. Alrighty.
Okay, a few quick announcements before we get started. So for any of you guys who have signed up to do the JOI testimonial promotional video, we ask that you, after the candidate speeches, so during the meet and greet time, which is in about an hour, just find Amy wherever you are. She's going to get you set up for that. And for any of your other club members who are looking to take a look at the speeches, we weren't able to live stream it, unfortunately. But what we will be doing is we'll be recording this entire session, and then immediately after, it'll be posted on the Junior Optimist YouTube channel. If you're unable to access it through the YouTube channel, I've also posted the link on our Facebook page and our Instagram. So if you just search up Junior Optimist International on YouTube, you should be able to find the page and the video.
Thank you. Like Fatima mentioned, we are going to have a candidate meet and greet. So that's pretty much time for you guys to get like kind of a one-on-one with the candidates, get to know them a little bit better. We're going to have the presidents, the two people running for president in this room, and then all the board of directors in the room over. Sound good? Ooh, all right. Hamdan, come here.
Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hamdan Faisadin. I'm 17, and I'm running to be your next Junior Optimist International President. I was born and raised in Farmington Hills, Michigan, and I've been in Junior Optimist since I was 11 years old. A little background about my JOI career. During middle school, I was an active member of the Warner Junior Optimists, where I found joy in creating positive impacts alongside my friends. In my freshman year of high school, despite being up against experienced seniors, I was elected president of my high school club. Together with my peers and my JOI board, we organized memorable events, including a trunk or treat that hosted over 900 people. Coming into my junior year, I wanted to step my leadership up a notch, so I ran and was elected as the Junior Optimist co-governor of the Michigan District. Throughout the year, my team and I planned tirelessly to create an impactful statewide convention while also empowering the junior optimists around us. However, along the way, I noticed a large gaping hole in JOI, not only on the club and district levels, but also on the international levels. The unity that the club was based on during my middle school years was slowly starting to fade away, leaving many optimists across the state, country, and even world separated from each other. As president, I want to fight against this and rekindle a spark of unity among all junior optimists. I plan to do this by using my team of directors to contact every zone and craft service and bonding events statewide and nationwide for all junior optimists alike. I want every junior optimist to know their neighboring zones and be able to plan events and activities with them. Alongside my main goal of uniting optimists nationwide, I want to promote and develop even more JOI clubs across the world. Under the role of co-governor of the Michigan District, my team and I were also in contact with many junior optimist clubs in Uganda, growing deeper connections with them through WhatsApp, and ultimately helping raise money for them to get a medical transportation. I understood how optimism was for them to live in a third world country. JOI was sometimes the only sliver of light they got in a day, and I want every kid to experience that worldwide, leading me to my next goal of creating 50 more clubs outside North American borders. Now, I would like to quote Christopher McGodel, the renowned author and journalist. And I quote, "Every day in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be killed. Every morning, a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. And with that, I want to end by saying, as junior optimists, we must keep running, like the lion and the gazelle, to forget the mistakes of our past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. Together, we can achieve incredible things for our communities around the world. Thank you for your support, and vote Hamdan for the Junior Optimist International President.
All right, thank you, Hamdan. Next up is Carter Sinclair. Woo!
Hello, my fellow optimists. I am Carter Sinclair, and I am running for international president. And I am glad to see all of you here today. I have been in JOI since my freshman year of high school, and I have gotten to see a lot of you grow up with me through JOI. We have gotten to see each other grow in leadership as ourselves, find our purpose. I have gotten a distinct pleasure from being here in JOI with all of you. From going to over a dozen district and international conventions in my time, to filling the roles I have filled. I have gotten my gold PGI. I have saved my club from dying from the 3 members I started with to 25 whenever I was president. I served on the district board for over half my time in JOI. I have spent so much time planning these great conventions, including the one you are here at today. I have proven experience on all levels of JOI. I have been club secretary treasurer and president. I have been district secretary treasurer and governor. And during my year as governor, I served on the international board. And right now, I am on track to be a distinguished governor of the great state of Iowa because of the work we have been working on for the past 3 years in my years of JOI. As president, I would help leadership because we need leadership in JOI. Some people don't find joy in the leadership, but we need to find those people who do find the joy in leadership. They need to reach out to their other districts around them. I know I started to reach out to Nebraska. I started to reach out to some Missouri folks. I started to reach out everywhere when I became governor. And we talked and talked about things that we needed to work on. Because we all need to work on things. We all have to strive for improvement of ourselves. And I want to promote new ways to retain members, because growth typically isn't our problem. We have several new clubs pop up every year. I believe the number was 400 new members this year, charter members. That's a good growth. But the problem is, if we don't retain those members, we cannot stay as successful as we are today. We want more people to fill this auditorium. We need a better community and better culture and joy. And that is what I hope to bring. And I hope you support me in my presidential run, Carter Sinclair.
All righty, thank you, Carter. Next up, we are going to go to our director candidates. So, Sydney Mafong, you're up.
What's up, Junior Optimists? Are we having a good time at the convention so far? Hi, everyone. My name is Sydney Mafong, and I'm running to be re-elected as an international director. I'm going into 11th grade next year, and I'm from sunny San Diego, California. I'm the only candidate from the West Coast, and I think it's so important to have perspectives from all different regions. It's so great to see us coming from all around the world to connect with one another because of our shared love of helping others and spreading optimism. I want to start off by talking a little bit about my own experience with JOI, and especially my experience this year as an international director. I'm the founding president of 2 JOI clubs, one at my middle school and one at my high school. I've also served as the district governor of the California South JOI District for the past 3 years. I oversee the lieutenant governors and all 17 clubs in my district. I believe that with each year of experience, I bring new improvements. I was able to increase our district board from 5 members to 8 members. I propose this change to create more leadership opportunities for passionate junior optimists. With more voices, we hear more perspectives and are able to better connect with others. I will make sure all of your voices are heard by communicating and connecting throughout the year. Similarly, with the year of experience now as an international director, I can bring even more change to JOI. This year, the International Board introduced 2 new scholarships and held Zoom meetings to connect junior optimists all around the world. Being on the International Board this year, I was also able to propose a huge project, the JOI Promote Literacy Project. My club in San Diego collected over 4,000 books from various book drives and donated them to children in need in San Diego. I'm now making this project an international effort to bring books to those in need all around the world. Just in this past 2 days, I've met people from the Prior Lake Club that has over 200 members from Iowa, Alabama, Ohio, Canada. We even had a contestant from Haiti. Imagine the impact we can make if my club of about 20 members could collect 4,000 books. We can make such a big impact if we expand this project to the international level. I plan to work with all of you and your clubs, no matter where you're located, to expand the impact of JOI. I'll be presenting this project more in depth tomorrow, but please feel free to ask me any questions about it during the meet and greet that follows. So overall, my goal is to create more opportunities and continue to bring improvements to JOI. This might be introducing more scholarships or connecting through international service projects like the literacy project that I proposed. If we are all dedicated to discovering the things that connect us and to lifting up our communities, we will continue to expand the reach and impact of the Junior Optimist organization. I'm not running for this position because I want the title for my resume. I'm running because I care about you, about Junior Optimists, and about our communities. Thank you all very much for your time, and I hope we have a blast at the rest of this summit. Remember, vote Sydney for International Director.
All righty. Our next candidate is Michaela Rich. She's up there. Yeah. So Michaela, whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mason. I hope everyone's having a great time at the summit. I'm so sad I couldn't join you guys this year. I'm coming to you right now from my dorm in Cleveland, Tennessee. I'm here for the CIY Move Youth Conference, but I still wanted to come and talk to you guys so you can get to know a little bit more about me and so I can get at least a little bit of taste of joy this week. So my name is Michaela Rich, and I would like to be considered for the Junior Optimist International Board of Directors for the 2024-2025 year. I'm 17 years old and just completed my junior year of high school, so I'm going into my senior year. I officially joined JOI back in 7th grade, but my journey with optimism started long before that. Both of my parents are optimists, and so are their parents before them as well. I've attended district and international conferences since I was born. One of the only ones that I've missed is the actual weekend I was born. So in 2020, past international president Maya Gluck came to me with the idea of chartering the first ever virtual and international JOI Club. Many of you now know this club to be JOI Around the World, with members from Jamaica, Barbados, and the United States. I've served in this club as vice president, president, and board member. JOI Around the World is a family, and our members continually go above and beyond supporting not only their communities with their volunteerism, but each other as well. Working together, our club has achieved Distinguished Honor Club status every year since we chartered in 2020. This family has encouraged me to pursue greater roles in the organization, and it is with this support and encouragement that I became the North Florida District Secretary-Treasurer 3 years ago, followed by Governor in 2022-23, and this year I'm serving on the International Board of Directors. Additionally, I'm a recipient of the Member of Excellence Award, and I've been recognized for obtaining Gold PGI status. Lastly, the cohesive partnership of this year's board has allowed us to be successful in planning and engaging an innovative summit for you all to learn and develop your leadership skills this summer, which you're now getting to enjoy this week. Aside from my JOI service, I'm heavily involved in my church, school, and work. The children's ministry at my church has become a huge part of my life. I serve as a teacher's assistant every Sunday and volunteer for activities such as Parents' Night Out. Growing close with these kids and getting to see their parents this week has allowed me to see the difference that I'm making in my community and their lives. At my school, I'm a member of Best Buddies, which is an organization that is dedicated to ending the isolation of people with intellectual disabilities. Through them, I work to raise money for the annual Friendship Walk here in Jacksonville. This money helps to fund new chapters of Best Buddies and broaden the reach of inclusion and, of course, friendship. Recently, I've accepted the role as head manager for my high school's football team, Go Knights, and I've met so many amazing people. I work with a team of managers to facilitate the behind-the-scenes activities of games and practices. Academically, I'm a member of the National Honor Society and the National English Honor Society, as well as the National American Sign Language Honor Society, where I've had the opportunity to serve my school further through tutoring and community outreach. Lastly, my job as a tumbling coach has allowed me to connect with a group of kids and continue to spread the mindset that they can do anything they put their minds to. Additionally, that they know that they have a group of people behind them wanting them to succeed. All these skills I have applied to my leadership in JOI and have continued to help me to develop my skills and become a better optimist every day. Attending the International JOI Summit each summer has been one of the highlights of being a JOI member. Meeting other members and learning what they do in their respective communities allows us to grow closer as members. Should you choose to elect me for a second term, I will continue to work on the initiatives led by our current president, Mason McSwegan, and board. One such initiative is scholarship opportunities created by youth for youth. This year, we were able to create the Jack Ackerman Award and the JOI Achievement Award. Accessibility to all students was a major value we wanted to incorporate into our decisions. We accomplished this by changing the precedent of sponsor-nominated candidates to student self-submissions, allowing for multiple applications from each club and a greater aspect of independence for our members. Major changes occurring throughout the organization, and my past experience has prepared me to adapt and innovate in response to progress, challenges, as well as opportunities we face as a result. I respectfully ask you to consider me as a candidate for the board of directors, as I have not only the experience and the dedication, but the passion required for this role. I look forward to the opportunity of working with our next JOI International President and achieving the goals set forth by their administration. Thank you for your time and service within Junior Optimist International, and I hope you will elect me so that I, in turn, can serve you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Michaela. You're more than welcome to stay on for the questions if you do have time. Alrighty. All right, next up is Ellis.
Pop quiz. If you're awake, say hi, please. Okay, that's gotta be a joke. Can we try that again? If you're awake, say hi. That's better. So thank you everyone for starting off my speech for me. My name is Ellis. I'm a rising junior based in Canada. And I beg of you to please, please stay awake during my speech. I'm telling you, last night, I didn't realize that speeches were supposed to be 4 minutes. So mine was like 20. But it's okay. I'm at around 5 minutes now, so hopefully you won't fall asleep during that time. But please don't make me cut down more. You got that? Okay, great. So today, as I said, my name is Ellis, and I'm running to be one of your next international directors for the next JOI term. And before I get started with my actual goals, I'd just like to say a huge, massive thank you to Maddie, Megan, and Renee for helping me to hand out my campaign materials. If you received a bracelet like this that says Vote Ellis, that was completely because of their work. Now, I've never once thought that I'd be able to stand on this stage and run for the position on an international board for JOI. Because the thing is, when I joined JOI, I had no idea what it was all about. See, in September of 2022, that was when I first joined JOI, I was extremely confused on what our purpose was. I knew that we held events, I knew that we helped children, and I knew that, of course, we got volunteer hours. But I still wasn't really sure. I didn't know what the purpose was behind this organization. Yes, we were optimistic, but what more was there to it? Oh, what did being optimistic mean? That was what I thought until I started making connections. I started to get to know each and every one of my club members. I got to know their favorite movie. I got to know what they like to do in their spare time. And I started to really connect with them. They became my friends. And here too, I've met so many great people that I hope I'll be connecting with even when I'm like 40. And I think that's what's so special about JOI. I realized that JOI isn't just about volunteering. It's not just about the resume. It's not just about creating or holding events. And it's not just about, what was I gonna say? Oh, it's not just about the resume. It's not just about the volunteering. It's not just about seeing the sunny side of everything. It's more than that. It's about being extraordinary and doing extraordinary things that will help to change our community, that will help to make an astronomical difference in the world, even while still being you. And I think that's what's so powerful about being a junior optimist. If I'm elected, there are 7 things that I'd like to do, 7 pillars. But in order to do that, I need the help of someone called Daryl. Is Daryl here? Oh, right. Oh, he's in my bag, sorry. Okay, so everyone, this is Daryl. Would everyone please say hi, Daryl? I don't think Daryl can hear that. Can we try that again? Hi, Daryl? Great, thank you. Daryl says hi back. So in case you haven't noticed, Daryl looks like a chicken, but he's actually a baby rooster, cockerel, I think that's what it's called. And rooster is exactly what represents my campaign here. So let's break it down, just like the oratorical contestant said. R-O-O-S-T-E-R. R for represent. I want to make sure that more people are here at the summit, filling the auditorium, just like Carter said. We want to have more people who are here, who are represented, and we want to have more voice from different places. I know there's only like a few people from Canada, and I think we should have more than that. O is the next letter of rooster, and there's 2 meanings to that. The first O is for optimize. I want to make sure that all of our members are, of course, optimistic, but that also we are optimizing our time here while we have it. I remember when we were just going into the first club meeting of this term, and now we're already at international elections. The next O is to overcome. A lot of challenges arise every time whenever there is an event, a meeting, and I think that by having continuous improvement, we can overcome any challenges that arise. Next is S for synergize. I think that one of the things that makes JOI so special is the team synergy that we have here. I think that by having maybe regional socials, times where we can focus on team bonding, we will be able to really strengthen the bond that we have between the JOI member and the JOI organization. If you see here with the bracelet, I believe that the beads really just symbolize like a memory that you have all made with JOI. And I think that by adding more bracelets, adding more people, we can cultivate that synergy, make people have more bracelets, make people have more happy memories with JOI. I think that would be amazing. Okay, moving on to T. T is for transform. I think that JOI is such an amazing organization, yet a lot of people don't know about it in other countries. So I think that in order to transform JOI for the better, we need to increase our mediatic presence. That means maybe getting more followers on Instagram, maybe opening up new social media accounts on different platforms. Next is E for exemplify. I think that as international board, we obviously need to have the type of behavior and like a really good mood, like just having good vibes, right? So that other people can look at that and be like, hey, that's my role model. I think that that's what I would strive to do as part of the international board. Now, before you get bored, We are at the last letter, R again, but now it's for reignite. I think that through COVID and a lot of difficulties that we faced throughout the past years, the joy spirit has, of course, stayed strong, but it can be better, right? So I want to reignite the spirit that we have here at Joy, make us all more optimistic, reignite the spark that we have to make positive change all across the world. So today, I am a part of Joy, not because of the volunteer hours. Trust me, I have more than 1,000. But anyways, I am part of Joy because I love seeing you all here. I love basking in the positivity that you all possess because I believe it's so powerful and it encourages me to be a better person. I'm standing here today because I want to continue to foster an environment where you can all smile like this, where children can continue to make happy memories. So I ask of you today, as the incoming president of Joy Oakville, as the Central Ontario District's co-lieutenant governor, and a Joy member just like all of you, please lend me some aid to make positive change in the world, to make this dream of seeing more people here in this auditorium come true, and to please grant me your vote for International Director. Thank you.
All righty, thank you. All right, next up is Shelby.
Good afternoon, esteemed junior optimists. Allow me to extend a warm, optimistic greeting to each and every one of you. It is such a pleasure and a privilege to be standing before you today at the 2024 International Junior Optimist Summit. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Shelby Laracy. I am from the Junior Optimist Club of Oakville, located in Ontario, Canada. It is here that I hold two esteemed positions of Central Ontario Junior Optimist Club Governor and Junior Optimist President. When I was beginning to write this speech, I tried to keep it as professional and point-oriented as possible. However, that becomes a rather difficult task when I struggle to speak of the Junior Optimist Club without becoming filled with an overwhelming amount of excitement and gratitude. I am grateful to be standing before you here today as a junior optimist, and I am grateful to all of you for being the extraordinary junior optimists that you are. I have chosen to dedicate my campaign speech as a humble and heartfelt thank you to the Junior Optimist Club and to all its junior optimists. The Junior Optimist Club, to me, is a vital focal point in my life, coming before everything else and providing me with endless happiness, hope, good memories, and optimism. The Junior Optimist Club's power for transforming lives and building belonging is truly an admirable superpower. I myself would not be half the person I am today if it wasn't for the Junior Optimist Club and its mission, to reach out to other people wishing to make a difference and to use that united passion to make that difference. While listening to the next few lines, take the time to reflect on yourself and who you were before you became a junior optimist. There was once a girl who was quiet and had yet to find her voice in this loud world. That girl was me, until she was offered an opportunity like no other. She joined the Junior Optimist Club, and as the meetings, charities, and events came and went, she learned to look at the sunny side of everything and to make her own optimism come true. Her voice, once quiet, grew to be louder, her mind now resilient and too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of any trouble. The girl recognized that the Junior Optimist Club had given her a precious and priceless gift, the gift of herself, a gift of belonging. How could she, or anyone, ever thank the Junior Optimist Club and all its members for giving her something so very special? She couldn't, but she could give that same special gift to many others. She, like all of us, would forget the mistakes of her past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. We begin to give so much time to the improvement of ourselves, that we have no time to criticize others. And truly, I believe none of us in this room would ever want to. It was now hers and our life's meaning to foster that same nurturing environment for more youth across the world. This is only one powerful example of how optimism has transformed lives. If I were to stand here and list the infinite ways in which we have all made a difference and all experienced that difference, well, I would be up here forever. If I were to be so blessed to be voted in as one of the Junior Optimist International 2024-2025 directors, I would aim to let the world know of our optimism and ensure youth are offered the same chance to thrive in a safe environment and in this amazing community so many of you have worked so hard to foster and create. I would strive to promote the growth of our Junior Optimist clubs, increasing in number and in unity by bridging the gaps of communication between us all, so that the sharing of ideas, the offer of guidance, and the creation of new relationships between clubs and nations can be our new reality. I seek the creation of inclusive and accessible clubs for youth living with disabilities. I would also seek to expand our online social media presence, allowing us to grow, but also to reach more youth and to provide them with more positive, safe spaces, so that everyone may have a chance to find where they truly belong. When thinking of growth, my mind immediately thinks of Canada and all the communities our optimism has yet to reach. The truth is, Canadian youth, especially Indigenous youth in remote communities, would greatly benefit by the safe, supportive space that we can provide. The creation of these new spaces does not have to be a physical, cost-demanding club. Rather, we can create online Junior Optimist spaces for youth all over the world, spreading our mission, our values, and empowering youth to reach their greatest potential. I believe all these goals are attainable and will effectively extend our impact worldwide. What makes the Junior Optimist Club and every Junior Optimist in this room so special is that we all share an invisible bond. The bond being the knowledge one has as an optimist. The Junior Optimist Club has ensured we all feel something great within our own souls. And now I seek to make all our friends feel that there is something within them as well. I would like to thank all the Junior Optimists and Optimists across the world. I would like to say thank you to the Junior Optimist Club of Oakville for showing me how to be an optimist. To the Junior Optimist Clubs of Missouri for representing endless positivity. To the Junior Optimist Clubs of Ohio for representing trust. To the Junior Optimist Clubs of Iowa for being ever so inspirational. To the Junior Optimist Clubs of Minnesota for representing motivation. To the Junior Optimist Club of Alberta for being truly invigorating. To the Junior Optimist International for being ever so supportive. And to all Junior Optimists everywhere for being absolutely magnificent. Thank you to everyone and every club for creating the strongest force of optimism I believe this world has ever seen. If you vote for me to represent you as part of the Junior Optimist International Board of Directors, I swear to think only of the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best. Thank you.
Alrighty, next up, Sammy.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. So, hey y'all, my name's Sammy Tui. I'm 17 years old from Centerville, Ohio. I'm the current governor of the beautiful Ohio District. Shout out to y'all. This will be my 7th year in Junior Optimist and my 4th international convention. I've been a district officer for the past 3 years, holding positions of lieutenant governor, secretary, and the current governor. I was also club president of my elementary school club in 8th grade, where we were one of the only functioning clubs during COVID in our district and ended up winning the International Award of Star of the Month at the Atlanta Convention. I was also just voted to be president of my high school club for the next school year. When I started JOI, I was the only person from my club to go to the district convention, and students and advisors at that convention welcomed me with open arms, and from that point on, I fell in love with the organization, and if you couldn't tell, I stuck around. The reason I want to be part of the International Board of Directors is because Junior Optimist has done so many things in my life, and I want to be able to spread those things to people all around the world. Being part of JOI has helped me become a better public speaker, has taught me how to deal with adversity and disagreements in a proper manner, and not only when to lead, but also know when to step back and follow. I have had so many amazing experiences these past few years, and I want other people outside of my district to hear about and have similar experiences to me. I believe I'm qualified for this position, not only because of my leadership experience, but also my ideas and planning skills. I've been part of so many service projects throughout my years in JOI, and have even put together a few myself. At our Ohio membership training in November, my service project was to assemble all the pieces to make bagged lunches for a local homeless shelter. In March, we worked with a nonprofit organization called Crayons for Classrooms out of Dayton, Ohio. In this project, we made both notebooks and pocket hugs, which are little plush pillows for students to keep in their pockets for comfort. Both of these projects, plus so many more, are project ideas that I would love to share with other clubs, but also help them come up with ideas of their own that can be beneficial in their communities. In January, I put together a blanket tying event with the Top Optimist Club. The Top Optimist Club is a club in our area for special needs adults, and they're some of the most dedicated optimists that you'll ever meet, and they're truly incredible individuals. They inspired me to want to bring more diversity into clubs around the world. That is my main goal if I were to be on the board of directors this upcoming year. I not only want to bring more diversity to clubs, but also help people be more open-minded to different types of people. I want to help members embrace their differences and overall be able to grow together and use each other's strengths to help their clubs grow and do more in their communities. Overall, I believe that I could be a great fit for the board of directors this year, not only because of my leadership skills, planning preparation, but my overall commitment to this organization. I have watched the board elections happen the past few years and have looked up to the people stepping into these positions. I hope to achieve great things for this organization just as they have, but also spread the love that JOI has within it to so many different types of people. Again, my name is Sammy Tui, and I would love your vote for the board of directors.
All right, thank you, Sammy. Last but not least, we have Shri.
Is it good? Am I good? Okay. Hi, everyone. I know you've heard a bunch of speeches today, so I'll try to keep it short. But first, I'd like to start my speech with a short quote from the Optimist Creed that stands behind me right here. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Optimism and the Optimist Creed are ideals that we, as optimists, strive to embody within our daily lives. Amidst the many conflicts and issues presented to us in the world today, this idea becomes ever more important. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Shri Balaji. I'm an upcoming senior in North Farmington High School, and I'm running for office on the Junior Optimist International Board of Directors this year. This year, my main goal is to help us, a community united by optimism, make an impact on the world as a whole, and I'm asking you for your support. My journey with optimism started at a young age. In elementary school, I noticed the contributions of our junior optimists in my community, cleaning up trash around the school, setting up our school garden with the green team, and much more, but it was not until high school that I fully experienced what it meant to be an optimist. One curious day in my first year of high school, I received an email from a local optimist advisor letting me know about the existence of my school's Junior Optimist Club and an invitation to attend the first meeting. The idea of service to my community was interesting to me, so, along with a group of my friends, I finally decided to take a step forward and see what the Junior Optimists were about. That small decision was one of the most impactful decisions I've ever made. Within my JOI club, I found an opportunity to help the people and community around me improve and succeed. My passion and excitement for the club led me to run for and, following my election as a board member, work as vice president and then co-president for my school's club. As a leader within my school's Junior Optimist Club, I organized service projects to help with local food banks, senior living facilities, events to raise money to fight for kidney disease, and many more opportunities that I found a personal interest in. My fond experiences with helping the community around me and inspiring optimism within others are likely ones that many of you can relate to as well. This past year, looking for a way to have a bigger impact on my community, I ran for district office and was elected as a co-governor for the Michigan district. During my time in district office, my eyes were opened to the new possibilities and ways that could have an impact on the people around me. Me, my fellow co-governor, and the rest of our district board went on to establish the first direct chain of communication and linkage between the district office and the individual clubs around the state of Michigan. As our team learned more and more about the people and causes around us, one particular cause stood out to us. healthcare for people in need. A few years prior, Bob Schiller, an optimist from West Bloomfield, Michigan, took a trip to Uganda and set up multiple optimist clubs that are still with us today. While there, Mr. Schiller became aware of issues that many people in the area face with transportation to and from places of medical care. By bringing this issue to a larger level, I see potential for us to foster health and prosperity in many more communities around the globe in the future. In order to further this cause, our district office in Michigan this year took action to raise funds for the Bob Schiller Foundation in support of Uganda. To wrap things up, as optimists, we search for ways to have a positive impact on the world around us and inspire optimism within others. Through my position in the international office, I hope to give us the opportunity to do just that and to light a spark of optimism together in the world. In order for optimism to spread, we must first inspire the people around us to reach for it. In order to make the world a better place, we must first give people the support they need to help them look at the sunny side of everything, and a guide to help them do the same for others. If I were to be elected as a board member on the International Board of Directors, I would run more events to support communities around the globe, not only continuing my initiative with Ugandan clubs, but also starting events like food drives, fundraisers, book drives, regional conferences, and much more at the international level that have a substantial impact on the world around us. Additionally, I would like to expand the connection between the international office and the district and club levels of JOI around the globe, pushing for optimism to get involved through the school system with the support of all these levels of office. Optimism is what has personally led me to the place where I stand today, and I would like to help spread that value in the future. Once again, my name is Sri Balaji, and I hope you all consider me for office within the Junior Optimist Board of Directors. Thank you for your time and support.
All right, so next up is the Candidates Forum. We're gonna cut it off at 2:30, so that you have time to go to each candidate for the meet and greet, and yeah, so.
And I know that the microphone didn't necessarily catch as much of the sound as we hoped. So if you had trouble hearing or you need to hear the speeches again, it'll be posted on the YouTube, hopefully in about an hour. So you can check it out there as well. All right, so we'll just let these guys get set up and then we'll get started with our questions.
And then Michaela, you're gonna go between Sydney and Ellis, okay? Sweet. Alrighty. Does
Scoot in a little bit, maybe.
there we go. That's great. Thank you guys. All right. And then okay. Alrighty. You guys ready? Okay. Anybody have the first question?
Hi, my name is Jana Wagner from Ohio. My question is, how many international conventions have you been to?
This is actually my first international convention.
I've been to Reno, Arlington, and here.
I went to Arlington, and this is my second one.
This is my first one as well.
I'm very grateful that this is my first summit I get to attend.
This is my fourth. I went to Atlanta, Reno, Arlington, and now I'm here.
This is actually my first summit, so I'm a first timer just like Handan. But I've been to a few regional ones. Yeah, first time.
Awesome. That was quick. All right. Oh, Michaela. Yeah, I guess you should.
Yeah. We'll call
true.
this my second and a half convention. I went to Atlanta and I was also there last year as well. So we'll call this one my half.
Thank you. We sped through you. I'm so sorry. All right. Who has the second question?
I'm Rachel from Minnesota, and my question is, what's been what's been your most impactful service project?
Ellis and Sydney. So we're gonna go this way. So you stop. Once you stop, Michaela's gonna go.
What was the question again? My most.
Most impactful service project you got.
Okay, yeah, thank you for the question. That's a good question. My personal favorite and most impactful would be actually a local project that I did, I believe, during my sophomore year of high school. So, as many of you might know, senior living is a really big industry and it's a thing that many people are going to go through in their lives. So, in my community, we have a bunch of those homes, and a lot of the times, the people in them, the residents, don't really have people to talk to. So, we went around, we made a big gift basket, collecting a bunch of stuff, and we just visited around. So I think that was the thing that I found a lot of joy in because we could see the impact. We could see their smiles brighten up and kind of see that in our own community.
Mine would definitely be the one I talked about in my speech where we worked with the top optimist. It wasn't necessarily just like the service project we were doing because we were making tie blankets for a local women's shelter. And it wasn't even making the blankets that like really impacted me. It was just working with the people. If you guys don't, well, most of you don't know, I actually had a stepbrother who was special needs and he passed away. And so, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Working with them just really got to my heart and just shows that a bunch of different type of people can be truly impactful in your life.
So the most impactful service project that I was so glad to have led and had created the idea of was a costume drive that was ran last year in October in a company or alongside our annual trick or treat event that we do in our Optimist Village back in Oakville, Canada. We ended up collecting more than 100 children's costumes that people had been storing in their basement probably for years and years. We donated them to a nonprofit in our area called Frontline Outreach, and it was distributed before Halloween to children who really wanted to be superheroes and princesses for the spooky day.
So my favorite isn't really what's it called again? Service project. It's really just a project in itself. But at one of our district conventions, someone came up with the idea of having this kind of book that was created that documented all the events that we had done over the year. So it was sort of like a JOI yearbook. And I thought that that was a really cool idea. I thought that if we could all see the impact that we've done from each club, it would be really powerful because then we can also use those ideas from the other clubs to then implement at our own clubs. But yeah, that was a bit off topic, but I'd say that is the favorite one that I've seen happen.
All right, Michaela.
My favorite service project is one that actually Joy Around the World, my club, does with our sponsor club, Westside Optimist. And we collect around like 8 to 10 families, and certain members of the club partner together and we go out and shop. We have a list of Christmas gifts that these kids have requested. So we go to like Walmart, Target, everywhere we can go, try to complete as many items off the list and more. We definitely get a little excited with it. And then we all come together as a club and we put together these huge gift bags for these families, as well as a big box to provide for Christmas dinner and kind of the week following it. And then we get to go and these getting to the people that you're servicing has just been really special. And I've met some really incredible people through it.
The most impactful project to me is the Promote Literacy project that my club started, and I talked a little bit about it in my speech, but I have always been a really big reader since I was little. I loved picture books, and I was so proud of myself when I moved to chapter books, and I just love going to the library and grabbing a big bag of books and taking it home. And so when I found out that there's 781 million people in the world that are illiterate, I was shocked because reading is such a big part of my life. And I think for my club to have been able to donate 4,000 books, even though that may seem like a small amount compared to the 781 million, I think it made a really big difference in the kids' lives that we were able to donate to. And we set up a book fair type of thing, and they got to come to the book fair and take home 5 books each for free. And they were just so excited when they found out that they got to keep them forever, because a lot of these kids don't have a single book at home. And so to be able to share my love of reading with them was really impactful to me.
So my favorite that we've done, the most impactful, are whenever we work with cancer and giving our money that we have collected in a certain project for cancer. And I guess that's less because of the project we're doing. My family, my grandpa died of cancer. My uncle, he had a brain tumor that got removed. And most recently, we have a close family friend who has been diagnosed with inoperable brain cancer. And we have been trying so hard to help him out, and just whenever you can do something for those people, it's really touching. And I am so glad that I can be a part of a group that can help with that.
Yeah, so my most impactful service project was actually a nationwide one with my school club. So during my freshman year, we were given the opportunity to work with the Detroit Zoo, and they have the annual Kidney Walk, which is run through the National Kidney Walk Foundation, where thousands of people from across Michigan come to the Detroit Zoo, and they just walk a few miles, donate a lot of money, and all the money goes to kidney research and kidney treatment. I'm sure over the last couple of years, they've raised more than $1 million for this research and for the diagnostics. So it's really cool to be impactful. And my club in specific, we're actually affiliated to do face painting for little kids, and we also do temporary tattoos for them. So it's a little fun thing that we do every year. It's one of the events that we get the most impact in.
All right. Who has another question? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to go, your hand was up first, so I'm going to.
How do you hope to grow personally and being on the board this coming year?
Thank you. I'm done.
Yeah, so I think I talked about this a lot on my speech. One of the main goals I have is obviously unifying a lot of the clubs that we already have and growing 50 more clubs outside of North American borders. And I think the best way to do this is with marketing. A lot of the kids nowadays use Instagram. That's the best way, I think, to grow out a lot of our thing. And a lot of Optimist clubs also use Instagram to promote their service projects, to show what they do across the globe. And I know even for me, when I was campaigning, I followed a bunch of Instagram accounts, I think probably over 30, just to get my word out there. And it was really cool to see the projects they do worldwide, and I want to keep impacting that overall.
So, personally speaking, as y'all saw, I was a little shaky, wee bit. But to be honest, I think we need a larger goal of leadership in this organization. When we don't have those clubs reaching out to one another, it is a problem. So, like my club, we reach out often to other clubs. We do zone meetings with our Optimists sometimes, and I think if we did similar things at the international, and if district governors can help plan that, we can have a leadership training that people can go and do specific to their role that they have. So each role is different. So if we had a club president, a district governor, things like that, so everyone can learn exactly how to run their position, I think that would be one of the best ways to grow this organization.
Okay. This year on the international board, we had people from all over. There's Iowa, Ohio. I'm from California. We have Fatima from Canada, and also Mason from Ohio, and Michaela from Florida. And so we have people from all over. And I think personally, I love to be able to connect with people, and that's why I'm here. I want to learn from all of your experiences, and so I can be better educated on what it's like to live in different parts of the world. And that way I can learn myself and be able to educate others about these experiences. It might be small things like I was really shocked when I found out that you guys have a Bring Your Tractor to School Day in Ohio and Iowa. I mean, I'm from San Diego. I've never heard of that. But just things like these, or things like finding out how many people in the world don't own a book. I think this is the biggest place where I hope to grow personally, is just learning more about all of your experiences and being able to translate those into the ways that I'm helping the community.
Yeah, so for me, growth, a way that I really think that we can attain that is also focusing on our retention. So one of the really cool things I've discovered is a great tool for getting new people to come on board is to do just fun nights. So whether that's, because we have our quarterly meetings and that's all well and great, but sometimes people don't want to hear about Optimist business all the time because they don't know it yet. They don't have the information. They don't see the great things that this, like, something that may seem a little boring to some people, like what the great thing that it's doing. So we can also do things like whether it's like a game night or a movie or an escape room. I've done those with other Optimist clubs and junior Optimist clubs. And I've learned even with my church that if you have something that's a little lighthearted, a little fun that you can invite your friends to, say, hey, I know you're not really sure about this yet, but here's a really cool event you can come to that's just all about having fun and meeting new people. Because once you really have those connections in the club, then it's a lot easier to get to understand optimism and why all of us running for the board are so passionate about this. So I think that'd be a really great opportunity for us.
Yeah, so for me, I think that from what I've seen so far, the Optimist and Junior Optimist communities, it's really special because of their tight-knittedness, right? Everyone here is so friendly, everyone here is so welcoming, and I don't think I've ever seen another organization where the people here are as nice and kind as you are. So what I'd like to do on the international board, bless you, what I'd like to do on the international board is really just provide myself and all of you more opportunities to have just a chance to meet other people from across the globe, learn about what they do on a daily basis in their clubs. And I think just like Sydney said, learn more about what happens in the places that they live in. I think that's really an opportunity that you don't get a lot, even when you're an adult. So it's really a privilege that we get that opportunity today. For these conventions, whether it's through the district or even international, I think it's really cool to see that throughout these 4 days, from day one, when, for example, I didn't really know anyone except for like Shelby and some other people from Burlington, and now I know so many people. Now I will walk away from this convention knowing more people than I thought I would. And that's only from 4 days, right? And we're on day 2. There's so many opportunities for us to grow, not only here, but in other conventions. And I'd like to give you more of those opportunities throughout next year.
In regards to growth for the Junior Optimist Club and for Junior Optimist International, I have actually come up with 2 ways that I feel really confident about that I actually kind of just discovered over the course of the last 2 days here in St. Louis, Missouri. The first one is actually something you can observe in this room, which is the success of high school or Optimist clubs ran through high schools. That is something that hasn't really been explored in Canada, and it looks to be extremely successful here as there's so many people here coming from Optimist clubs ran inside high schools. The second one is I really, really seek to create stronger and to build stronger ties of communication across nations, across Optimist clubs, because we see this, especially in Canada, where we don't have a solid method of communication. So I, in discussion with the current president of the Junior Optimist Club of Edmonton, Alberta, or Calgary, Alberta, we were thinking of starting a committee or just a system in which we all actively discuss and talk with one another to share ideas and offer guidance that we can continue to build and evolve together.
Okay, so I have 2 things. My first one is more like collaboration between states and clubs and districts. Like I know Ohio works closely with different districts and clubs and stuff, And so I feel like working with people from other nations or other states in the United States would help us to grow together and work on different projects together. And it would also help with retention because I feel like if you're constantly in contact with people from around the world, like you're going to want to continue to meet new people and continue to have those experiences that will help people stay interested in the club and keep coming to stuff. And then my second one is also what I talked about in my speech, bringing different diversity into our club or like working with different types of people. I told you guys how near and dear working with special needs adults, children, students, anything is to my heart. And like they might not be the first people you think of off the top of your head to call, but when you do it, like you'll be amazed. So stuff like that is what I would bring to, or what I would want to do to grow.
Yeah, thank you for that question. I think that was really good. What I would like to say personally is that I feel like the way to grow Junior Optimists and to kind of spread optimism in general is to get people to kind of know what we're about. Could I just get a really quick show of hands? How many of you joined Junior Optimists in high school? Yeah, so many of you, right? Even here, we can see at the summit today, there's a bunch of people who aren't even part of the Optimist system. They just came to kind of see what it's about. So all of you know through the different activities that you've done, service is a really big part of what we do, and a lot of you probably brought your friends into Junior Optimists and made it a fun experience. So it's not about changing what we are or trying to make it kind of a different thing. It's about getting people to see what we are. And we can do that by things like regional conventions, even summits like this, bringing a lot of people. But I think spreading optimism and getting people to know who we are is the first and biggest step for growing Junior Optimists.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Hello? Okay. Sadly, we do have to cut this off because it is almost 2:30. But for the next half an hour, feel free to still ask these guys questions. Remember, the presidents are going to be in here. All the board directors going to be out there. So, yeah, go for it.